Lachey from the Lil Lachey Show. Tune in every Monday at 7 o'clock right here on IAXISRADIO.com for hot topics, cool conversation, and me, your host. Gotta love it. See you there.
You are now locked in. The future of radio and podcast.
Behind the Enemy Lines is a podcast when we talk about relationships from the male's point of view. But we don't exclude the ladies. All right, so come to the front of the congregation. We're going to start some trouble.
IAXISRADIO.
IAXISRADIO, the future of radio and podcast. No limit to what we do.
IAXISRADIO, WIAX, the future of radio and podcast. No limit to what we do.
Welcome to IAXISRADIO. We are the future of radio and podcast. Our reach is limitless. We embark on the now. Yesterday is gone and tomorrow is evermore.
Do not fear. IAXIS is here to protect the sounds of our city. Let the music play.
Hello, it's me, CEO. Now let's get behind Enemy Lines with WIZZ and Gatekeeper on IAXISRADIO.
Yeah. You already know what it is. Get behind Enemy Lines with WIZZ and Gatekeeper on IAXISRADIO. The future of radio and podcast. They didn't come to play with y'all. Let's get it.
Girl, it's been a while since I told you I love you, and it's been a while since I made up for all the times I did you wrong. You know I get so busy, and you sticking with me is something that I don't wanna forget. Knowing, girl, I'm gonna show you how much I love you, how much I need you. I want you to know that I appreciate you sometimes. I don't know how to say it, girl.
What's the best way to tell you I love you without falling flat? More flowers and cards, you got a ton of that. More trips off the coast, maybe with a toast. You see I'm putting in time, really need to vote. Head full of these words, only one to quote. I choose you over the gold, that's an end quote. What I don't say, I attempt to show. On a journey through night, I'm guided by your glow. So blessed when you check yes over no. Have a question how I'm feeling, ain't no letting go. Center of my world, you a living pearl. Say it to the world like I do to you. When I can't find the words, it be getting tough. You put a hold on the time when I get a touch. Get your mind out the gutter, I don't mean that. On this page I write facts and I know that.
It's been a while since I told you I love you, and it's been a while since I made up for all the times I did you wrong. You know I get so busy, and you sticking with me is something that I don't wanna forget. Knowing, girl, I'm gonna show you how much I love you, how much I need you. I want you to
Yes. I don't know how to say it, girl. Yes. Welcome back. Happy Saturday. No need to adjust the screens, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, you do see two images of me.
3.
All right, 2 images of me. He can't count. That's 1 is me, and that's 2. All right, I'm the gatekeeper, host of Behind the Enemy Lines. This is my partner in crime.
I'm WIZZ.
/ Gatekeeper Part 2. I don't know what's going on here. He'll have to explain that, ladies and gentlemen. Behind the Enemy Lines, you know what it is, a podcast where we talking about relationships from the male's point of view, but we don't exclude the ladies.
And also, we don't always give flowers. We receive plaques.
Oh, you heard that? We don't just give flowers, we receive plaques. Yes, you can read what's on that, Wiz, since you're holding it.
Okay. With honor and appreciation, furthering fathers, we celebrate the fatherhood and leadership of Brother Tyrone.
Thank you.
Known as the Gatekeeper.
Thank you.
Oh, known as the Gatekeeper.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Extend the mic closer.
I'm sorry. I'm talking loud.
Closer.
I was leaning back again.
He like leaning back.
Okay. So Gatekeeper, how you feel about this award, man?
First of all, I want to thank Furthering Fathers. I feel amazing about it because it's a male mentoring group. And it was a surprise award. I didn't know I was getting it until today. And I got to bring it in with some real special, grown, and intelligent individual men at this event. So I feel very great, man. Very, very great and gracious to be seen and be celebrated, especially when you know what you're putting in that work.
He putting more work today.
It's a double. So Furthering Fathers, y'all can look them up. They're on Instagram, they're on Facebook. Like I said, it's male mentoring, and they do all types of conversations that men need, from relationships all the way down to how to grow your finances and things of that nature. So if you want to be a part of them, you can reach out to Jeremy. He's on my Facebook, or Guy Jazzy Rainey. He's on my Facebook, or other followers and founders of the organization. So it's open to all men, you know what I mean? So you could win awards too, you know what I mean? Like, you just gotta put in the work, you know what I mean? Like we do here, IAXISRADIO, Behind the Enemy Lines, and it's no separating, you know what I mean? Like you can get in there. All you gotta do is show up, put your time in, you know what I mean, and help spread the word. So I'm very thankful for having the opportunity, man. It really feels good.
Congratulations. You know what I'm saying? Love you.
One of the acronyms they talked about today at the Furthering Fathers, and then we'll get right into our show, because we know y'all been waiting, and it reminded me today of us. I had to write it down, you know what I'm saying, because they be giving you so much knowledge in there. You got to write certain stuff down. But it was an acronym they have for PAL, and I want to get it right, so let me read it. You know what I'm saying? Like, a pal is your friend, your buddy, you know what I'm saying, somebody you look up to, I want to say, or somebody that supports you. Purpose, accountability, and leadership. You know what I mean? So when I'm giving out that award, there's like, okay, what do you hear when you hear the word pal, and how are you a pal? And to know that I'm helping to continue to be a leader, you know what I'm saying, have accountability, and finding my purpose through podcasting and everything else that, I've been finding here at IAXISRADIO with you guys. So it was right on time. So I learned that today, as well as being given this award with two other individuals that got awards as well. So it was a group of us. Congratulations to them as well, man. It's gonna be a fun year.
Yeah.
100 episodes, and we still collecting awards. We still collecting awards. So we're gonna get right to it. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, listen, we want you to share this with 1, 2, 3, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Share it, man. Share the post right now. Share the live right now. Let people know that we're live on right now. You can get on here. You can talk with us. It's us two, okay? WIZZ usually tells y'all to do what?
Line up.
It's time to line up, so don't run away from y'all. We got a nice topic that's coming for y'all, okay? It's kind of built a little bit about what's going on with Will and Jada, you know what I'm saying? But we're not going to fully get into it right now, you know what I'm saying? Half in, half out, you know what I'm saying? Can you quit a relationship without breaking up, Wiz? That's what we want to talk about today. Can you quit a relationship? Because it's like they kind of quit, but they ain't break up.
Seem like, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
It's a lot of torture going on.
New joint.
It's a lot of no, that ain't the new joint. You can't be quitting but not breaking up. Joint. Back in the days, if she quit you, you broke up.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Now it's the new joint.
No, you could be the side piece. You can't still be together but not together. But we'll let us argue that in a minute, man. Kevin said, congratulations to the team. Yes, I've been trying to get you on this couch for about 3 years now, Kevin. You're going to stop ducking me, man. Primal Luxury, man. Check them out, man. It's got a lot going on, all right? So we got that topic, man. Half in, half out. We got the wild card happening real soon, okay? The wild card, you know what I'm saying, is the time where You guys can bring a topic if you want, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I mean, we got a topic for you today, man. And Al, you're gonna need your Bible today, Al. You know what I'm saying? It's Saturday, but we bring in church today, okay? So the wild card is gonna be take them to church, because somebody gonna take us to church, and we gonna find out if we've been reading the Bible wrong. You know what I'm saying? If we got the Genesis wrong, Al, we're going to start in Genesis. That's why I'm going to give him a little heads up. I think it's in Genesis. But anyway, we're going to find out today, all right? Take them to church, all right? And the person because we don't steal, you know what I'm saying? We create, you know what I mean? So the person that I borrowed this video from, make sure y'all go and follow him, The Desirable Truth on IG, you know what I'm saying? Follow him, tag him, whatever the case may be. Just great content. So we don't steal, we share, okay? And then we got, of course, pressure check happening, all right? So that's pressure check. That's when we have somebody else that we call and make sure that, you know, maybe me and you ain't getting along up here with what we usually do. And someone else can come in with a fair assessment. You understand what I'm saying? Not like how they was trying to suspend Melo for tripping, you know, the tall guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, I like to see Charlotte in the mix right now. You know, I think it's all right to see them in the mix. You know what I'm saying? They was mad because he tripped up Badabayo. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Badabayo should have been dunking all over him anyway. You know what I'm saying? Bam, don't be complaining, man. So
he's good. He got AJ Wilson.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She went on the chips. Don't worry about it. So we'll have that ready for y'all in the pressure check. We're going to call somebody up through the Rolodex. That's right, I said it. We usually got the bat line over here. WIZZ ain't bring it today, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm over there. So he ain't bring the bat line. So make sure y'all stay tuned for the pressure check so we can find out their feel on what's going on. And then after that, we got what we call Chucky's Cut, ladies and gentlemen. He's not here for no reason, right? That's our artist independent segment. But if you want to be a signed artist and get on too, hey, reach out to us. BHLFamily52 at yahoo.com. Okay, today we have who?
We got Champagne.
No. I think we got Make It Happen.
It's called
Champagne?
Yeah, the name. The record's name, Make It Happen.
Oh, Make It Happen. Champagne.
Champagne,
Okay.
937.
937.
Featuring Sinatra.
Okay, so y'all be on the lookout for that. Now, y'all go to crowd.live to vote, ladies and gentlemen. But if you don't want to leave the vote, we want you to put it in the chat. 1 for keep, 2 for kill. Okay, we got the post up there. We got the voting poll for you, ladies and gentlemen. These artists want to know. And we here. We don't want to make it just about us. WIZZ is certified. He can tell you if it's bump or dump it. He could tell you that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm not certified, but I am certified. So I'll say it. You know what I'm saying? I'll just say Dr. Green says it ain't no good. You know what I'm saying? Certified. All right. Certified.
Award winner.
So we want to seem that we fair. So we giving y'all, the people, the opportunity to tell them in live time what it is. Okay. So y'all get the vote. Go ahead, man. 1 for keep, 2 for kill. This is a simple poll. It's not that hard. You know what I mean? You don't got to be scared. We ain't giving out no names with this.
Nope.
We ain't telling who's voting. Oh, don't be scared, all right? So if you go to crowd.live, we got the code for you. We're going to bring it up right now. Okay, F as in frog, G as in green, H as in Harry, H as in Harry with the number 4, okay? If you go to crowd.live and vote. Now, you do have to punch out of where you at and then come back so we can finish the conversation, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a fun one, all right? So that's the rundown for today. Once again, BHLFamily52 at yahoo.com. If you want to, send us MP3s, we take spoken word, we take rap, we take hip hop, we take Indian music, we take flute music, we take beats, we take everything. If you just want to talk for a couple minutes, we'll rate you on that. Public speaking, can we say that? We take public speaking.
Yes.
Anything you can put on an MP3 profile and send it in to us, as long as it ain't too crazy.
Job talk, all that.
Yeah, we'll get it up on there, okay? If you want to call in, the number 914-714-6917. Once again, 914-714-6917. And we'll let you know when the phone lines is open so you can call in and make it do what it do. But before we do that, all right, and there's sponsor space available. So if you want to be a sponsor of the show, you got a product you want to talk about, reach out to me always at any place, anytime. Ladies and gentlemen, share the live right now. You got to tag some people, right? Conversation going to get spicy. We want to know, is there some abuse going on with Will and Jada? Is it a psycho situation? Is a mental breakdown going on? We want to know, because this could be happening in your relationship, all right? We want to know, all right?
Traveling the world like he was about what he doing.
With the stuff she acting, you got to be where there's no. We're going to get to that in a minute, okay? But we got some sponsors we want to thank, you know what I'm saying, for always supporting us. First of all, Voice to Life Tea by Vocals by Jamel, okay? Make sure y'all go and get some of that. Voice to Life tea is good for arguing. It's good for singing, right? It's good for.
It's way good for arguing.
All right.
Because your voice be so
strong, strong.
Yeah,
All right. Y'all can find her on IG, Instagram as well. She's a vocal coach. So make sure that y'all go get y'all vocals on. Cannibal Blaze, he said, congratulations, thank you. Trayline in the building. You know what it is. Trayline music. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Dot Vieira as well. Yes. Voice to Life tea, ladies and gentlemen. Go and get it, all right? Put it in your Mother's Day packages, right? Mother's Day is coming up. I don't know no mothers that don't like tea yet. I haven't met one. All right. Metal Mastermind by Ken Candelas, all right? Make sure y'all go and check him out, all right? He is a professional, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to the audio industry, you know what I'm saying? That means he got good ears, ladies and gentlemen. Metal Mastermind, you can find them on TikTok. They specialize in metal music. That means they know guitars, riffs, bass, all that crazy stuff. But here is the caveat, the cherry on top. He's an audio engineer teacher. He does mix and mastering as well. So don't let the metal part scare you. Oh. Metal is the music he creates, but him and his team, they just a fan of music, period. You understand what I'm saying? So if you want to get educated, you want to get yourself mixed and mastered, reach out to Ken Candelas, you know what I mean, and check out Metal Mastermind. And then we got the Power for the Hour. Shout out to my brother D Chorus. Great movie, great book. You know what I'm saying? Your Second Chance. Look him up on all social medias. And make sure y'all go and check it out. You know what I mean? Like, I got a little cameo in there. Next movie, I'm going to get to actually shoot the ball. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be good. You know what I mean? Make sure you go check out The Power for the Hour.
I'm going to block it.
You're going to block it. Great book. True success story of an underachiever. And then this movie follows right behind it, Power for the Hour. Make sure y'all go and check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, if you want to be a sponsor to the show, reach out to me, Gatekeeper 718, or my brother, WIZZ.
I'm sorry, WIZZ. I'm sorry, I was so much looking at WIZZ at Facebook.
Okay, and then you can also email me. It's the best way to get to me, bhlfamily52@yahoo.com. And I do respond to emails, so make sure y'all get with us as we get right into this topic. WIZZ, you ready for this topic?
Yes.
How you feeling about what's going on? How do y'all feel about what's going on with Will and Jada?
For a long time, I just think that I thought that match was been over.
She said it ain't over. She said, actually, she looked him in the eye and said, he'll move back in when I'm ready.
But they live in the same house. They don't
No. She said, we not living together. I don't know if it was Papoose and Clarissa kind of, we ain't living together. I don't know if it was that.
Upstairs, though.
Straight upstairs.
Upstairs.
Hey, if he is, he is. But I'm just saying, you know, how are we feeling about how they're playing this role? You know what I'm saying? Is this just an act? They're both actors. So are they acting, or is this relationship really half in and half out? You know what I'm saying? Can you quit a relationship without breaking up? Can you?
It seems, like I said, it seems like this is the new thing.
I don't believe it's a new thing. I want to ask the people, do y'all think something that I never looked at? I know she's fine. You know what I mean? She's a beautiful young woman. So when you're beautiful, you get away with things. All right? You get away with things.
But let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
My whole thing is, then why, if you're not together, then put the papers in. Is it the asset? Well, Will got more.
Does he?
Yes.
I don't know, because the way women talk independence, and I got that. I want to ask that question right now. Why do women, why only do women use the word independent to describe their status? Have you ever heard a man use the word independent to describe their status? Spill some tea. Oh yeah, I am. I'm gonna spill the tea. Have you ever heard a man say, you know, I'm independent?
Only when Neil sung it, Miss Independent.
But what did he
he said Miss Independent.
Miss Independent, not Mr. Independent. Al, have you ever heard a man use the word independent to describe their status? So where did this come from? And what year did independence start to be the thing? Because I'm starting to hear independent and find myself, are they using those as trapdoors to kind of keep us on the side, but not break up with us?
So I'm just saying like this. So with the independence, would it be starting from Beyonce?
I don't know, but is that realistic? Why do you have to say, you go talk to a girl, hey, how you doing? I'm independent. I'm not looking for no man. What is that?
I'm like, okay. And I'm just saying, why are you saying that for?
Because you can't be my friend. You can't do nothing for me. You can't. Independent. What is that doing for us? Is that destroying more relationships? Is Jada trying to play independent? But if Will got more, I'm gonna stay close because I might need something. Is he still paying for everything?
I wouldn't say that. I just think she did that because there's no more red table. So it gives her trending value.
See, and that's what I'm saying. So with the trending value, why I say you gotta be careful with this, because now this could leak into somebody's relationship and then they start mimicking, but you're only acting. Okay, what did she say? And women, if a man was doing this, would he be able to get away with it? If a man, because I think
that on the fence.
I think you know how they do the commercial when you see the four, you know what it is? I think Will is giving us the four, so we know he's with a stranger, but we've been missing it. There's some abuse going on. If this was a man, he'd be abusive. She went on the show, right? She went on the show from the clips that I heard and said, because he wasn't ready. All right. Now, how many women do this? Because I haven't met too many women that say, since he not ready, usually they can't wait to come and unload on you. That's right. I was with that and I did this and I'll do it again. She said, I was on my way to the red table, but then I saw that he wasn't ready. So I had to play the adulterous wife. Al, what does that mean? Because maybe I don't understand. I had to play the adulterous wife. And then you heard the crowd in the background go, ooh, girl. And then they clap for her. Girl, you did the right thing.
I believe she's just trying to justify her position in the relationship instead of being honest about what's really going on.
What's really going on? How many women support that? They was right there with that. If that was a guy, would y'all be, if I said, you know what, I didn't really tell my wife I was sliding off because, you know, she wasn't ready for it. So I played the adulterous husband. Can I get away with that? Fellas?
Hell to the no.
Why not? I thought this was America, equal opportunity.
Because a lot of people would never see a woman cheat. They would say the excuse a woman will cheat emotional, not physical.
Emotionally is worse than physical. Because if you're still tied in emotionally, all right, let's think about it for a second. Anything that you really ever loved emotionally, did you ever forget it?
No.
Did you ever stop wanting it?
No.
So if you cheated emotionally on your partner, are you still cheating now to this day? Just waiting for an opportunity.
Well, you're trying to say, because, you know, I emotionally love something.
I'm about to say that. I was going to get to that. Yeah. You emotionally. But she already knew she was with Al. You knew this. But you waited like that friend at the bottom of the steps, just hoping for that opportunity.
I was that Force MD guy. Waiting for it like this, yeah.
In the Will Smith movie, Hitch, what did I do? Dude, you're doing it now. You're doing it now. And then Will, you know, where's the men's support for Will in this situation? Because the first thing is going to come out and say, oh, he's a simp. So, and the reason why I'm saying this is not just to dwell on their situation. How many of us are struggling because we're doing exactly the same thing without noticing it? Because I want to touch on that. You know what I mean? Because when you're going emotionally, is there any comeback for that other partner?
I don't think so.
Al, could you come back in the bottom of the ninth down by 30?
It's possible.
It's possible?
It's possible.
All right, so we're going to keep it like space. It's one and a possible.
Okay, so let me ask Al, why do you think that's possible? I'm talking about as far
if you disconnect emotionally.
Disconnect. I'm just talking about Will and Jada case.
But you can't
so we speaking specifically about Will and Jada.
Because I'm just want to know, is there a chance for them? Because to me, after she did like this, it's more.
She said, and I quote, "When I'm ready, he gonna be with me again." That's what she said without saying it.
And no,
that's what she said. So there's
no value in that relationship.
He's the one in an abuse situation. I think if that was a man, if that was a man doing that to a woman, they would have came up with everything from brainwashing to mind control. Kind of like the girl when the dude got caught cheating. She said, "We together." He didn't make her hat was all messed up.
I'm gonna say this.
What?
You remember Beyonce, the Yellow album?
Mm-hmm.
Remember when everybody said that Jay-Z was cheating on her?
Yeah.
Wasn't the Beehives ready to tear every man up and
Yeah.
him
Mm-hmm.
up?
Mm-hmm.
Saying he's dog this and
Mm-hmm.
that. Oh. So the whole thing is, if we did that, no, we wouldn't get to say, if we went on radio talking like that, talking all this crap about when it's time, no, they're going to be like, they're going to have a girl group and say, girl, you need to leave him. And that's what we need to do. A brotherhood, like, yo, well, I'm saying, you might as well just pack it in.
So Wiz, I hear you, and that'd be excellent if that was the case.
Okay, so what's the case?
So the case is, if y'all been paying attention, both of them have been living a lifestyle that's outside of what the actual marriage is supposed to look like. Okay. They've also, right, have shown us on both sides that even though they are legally married, they are both been with other people. Even after the slap, they show Will out with somebody else.
You heard what she said about the slap, right? When she said she rolled her eyes, it was because she knew that he was going to make some type of joke. So hold on. We not together. You rolled your eyes, so I thought I had to go and do something. And I'm going to go do something for somebody I'm not going to be with. What are we doing, Al?
But still, you missed what I said.
Yeah.
They still legally married. So if they out together, guess what? They out as husband and wife.
Oh, no, I can't do it. No, I can't. Nah.
You still have to protect.
We ain't together. So who's wrong? Will for staying, or is he emotionally broken to the point where he can't walk away like a woman would be?
Right?
But he's not broken.
Well, yes, he is. Al, you ain't see how he was talking on the screen? Well, you go find happiness without me. You prove to me. That's what was he acting or was that true?
He was acting.
You think it was acting?
He was acting.
Y'all think? Come on, put it in the chat if y'all think it was acting. I don't know if they acting.
He went
or not.
to a 7th degrees of separation acting.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not sure if it's real or not, but I've seen this played out in smaller relationships in my area.
Slap, she said they was not together. She said I don't even know.
Al just said they are still legally married, so that's his woman. He got to defend. He got to fight to prove his honor.
Will knew. I don't know. She said, I don't know why he said those things because he knew I was at a place of we're not a couple. But she came out to so my question is, you're not a couple, then why are you?
If you're not a couple, well, they both probably had went there because they both still had tickets, whatever the case may be. Maybe it was a trip.
No, that's no excuse.
But why not? Why that can't be an excuse?
Ricky.
If me and my wife ain't together, but we already paid for these 2 tickets 2 years ago, I'm still going. If she show up, she got a seat. She paid for a ticket.
Okay, and if Chris Rock got up on stage and said something about her, you ain't gonna say nothing?
Yeah, I'm gonna say something because I'm emotional connected. But she said that she wasn't emotional connected, and he's not supposed to be emotional connected. So what's going on here?
So what I'm saying is, you can't go up there because if you get up there and when you go on your award, you're here. What speech you gonna give now? I
didn't mean to slap you, Chris. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go to rehab.
My whole thing, she went out there to support him because she knew he was Oscar nominated.
But if you go out there to support, you show me that you still want to be with me. So I'm gonna act like we together.
My whole thing is one thing. Okay, in relationships and marriage, they go ups and downs. But my whole thing is this is like what she did was. This is the Titanic. It's sunk. My whole thing is at the end, we forgave her for August Alsina.
That's what I'm saying. I'm starting to think
Did we?
I did. Because I was like, hey, because, not to go back to Diddy, because y'all mad at Diddy, but this is why Diddy have all these grown swinging parties, so he ain't got to go, everybody know what's going on. This is why he do this. All right, everybody know what's going on. Ain't no trickery going on here. Everybody know what's going on.
So let me give you another scenario.
Go ahead.
Right? You're married, y'all had kids. Now y'all divorced.
Okay.
Right? One of the kids have a graduation.
I'm going to graduation.
Okay. You both go to the graduation. That's understood.
Uh-huh.
But somebody in the crowd says something to the mama.
Uh-huh.
You there.
Uh-huh.
Okay. You the father of this child.
Uh-huh.
And that's the mother of your child, you're not gonna say nothing?
Wiz, you go first. Wiz, go first.
Wiz.
Yeah. Oh, this is what he gonna do. Listen, man.
But
I'm here for all the shenanigans.
Because at the end of the day, that is, I mean, I would have to say something because that is my kid's fault. I mean, mother.
Okay.
At the day.
Oh yeah. All
I'm
right.
saying so.
All right.
At the end of the day, I couldn't let that go. It's just like but just like if you see, I can't.
Yeah. Why you always lying?
No.
The key word in the sentence was divorce. The separated, divide. You heard what Bernie Mac said. Your Honor, some bitch got up and walked out the. Listen, if we divorced, separated, divide, split, even though we there, I'm walking away. I'm minding my business. I bet you I am.
So what do you tell your
divorce
kid?
me right now.
What do you tell your kid if your kid see you allow somebody to disrespect their mother and you supposed to be their father? And you're not gonna say nothing, or at least
I know what I'm gonna say.
Try to de-escalate the situation.
I know what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say stay in the child place. But if you need to know,
he grabbing her up.
it ain't my business. It ain't my business. You
gonna turn that?
I'm gonna say, Your Honor, you see, we went to court. You see this document, separate, divide. I got to mind my business, Your Honor. I'm trying to. I got a family to go home to, Your Honor. I got my own
But that
situation.
is your family. What if they got a bunch of grandkids together?
Oh, well, I take the kids and the grandkids. I'm responsible for them, not the wife. I'm taking the kids and the grandkids. I ain't got no problem of putting the kids in the car, and then while I'm driving them home, see if she was still with me, that wouldn't be happening. That's what I'm gonna say.
Oh, that's your excuse?
That's my excuse. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
All right, Ricky.
We are divorced.
All right, Ricky. I love that.
Because look, you get out there and play Superman, right? Watch this. Here's the other side, Alan Brigger. You get out there and play Superman, and wind up losing. You got a knot on the sides of your head. She coming home to put the ice on it? No, she going back to her situation.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, come on. You gotta go home with your own ice pack.
Me and the kids jumping them. I'm like, yo, come on, we gotta get this. Get this guy for your mama.
And your kids are looking at you like,
she
Dad
said, stop lying.
All right, well, if you want to, what they say? You want to test me and find out how they said it? You want to test me and find out? Test me and find out. No, that's what you got to do. We divorced. We not together. You know what I'm saying? See, that's what gets us in trouble, Al. And on a serious note, this is why you got a lot of stuff happening in the situations, because we let our ego be in the driver's seat too much. Okay? Check your ego at the door. Why are you jumping in the situation? Same thing I feel about Jada and her situation. If y'all are over, separated, divided, not living together, why are you going up there talking about the man? Well, I'm finding, why do you have to, all right, I got some action like this. For you to be independent and for you to find yourself and to find peace, why you always got to hurt somebody else?
So I got to agree with you on that. Because again, if she's so much into her independence.
Right.
And if they not rocking,
right,
then you shouldn't be using him for clout.
Because they usually teach you when you're doing media, right? If you ain't got the right words to say, you say what? No comment. At all. No comment. She could have said no comment. Oh, Will just wasn't ready. He said he wanted to go to the red table. That's like in most relationships, and that's why I say half in and half in out. That's like, once again, let's take it down a notch from not the rich people. Let's bring it back down to behind the enemy lines. You know what I'm saying? The regular people. You know your woman been doing something. You know your man been doing something. And when you get that look in the kitchen and she like, just tell me the truth. She don't really want the truth. If she's definitely in arm's reach, you better get back.
I'm just saying.
Wiz already know. He know a couple of frying pans.
That's my point. That's my point.
No, but my whole thing is it's more. I guess it's more with them is like because the divorce.
They're not divorced.
I'm saying if they do the divorce, that would be some trickling.
Yeah, that money is gonna be crazy.
But I think that's the only reason.
But the only
why
thing
they together.
I gotta say is she's hurt. She's gonna take a lot of L's because of how she's hurting.
But I think that's why
so
she came back with that line specifically. He was not ready, so I had to play the adulterous wife. What
does she mean by that?
But that's why I said, Al, I need to break that down for you, Al.
But why? Here's my thing. What I'm not understanding.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not together and you're living your lives and you're going about everything and you respect one another, I don't care who asks you what. Your response should be, "That's the father of my children. We are married, and I'm not going to say nothing negative about him." Period.
Al, we on Behind Enemy Lines on IAXISRADIO, and the folk that watch our show, they can't wait to out they man. That was no good from the jump, girl. I told you I couldn't. They can't wait to throw them out there. Yo, dude, yo, son, she couldn't be this and she that shit. They don't talk about respect. Respect, Al. That's what you talking about. That ain't happening around my block, Al. They can't wait to air somebody out.
But again, they've been together for a long time. They got grown children. It ain't like they got little babies. Okay. And then he was in a relationship before. I think he was married to that lady who has his first son. So again, this is not new to them. Okay.
And he never talked about it.
She I don't understand why she wanna be so vocal now, and then he seems to be the puppy and want to start whining. It makes no sense to me. You know, is this a marketing strategy for a movie they get ready to put out? Because you know they dropped the movie. Everybody want to go see what's going on.
Yeah, you know what? And I thought it was a marketing strategy at first as well. And then I saw so many people talking about it, and it got me to thinking like, okay, how many people and like I said, because they're in a higher tax bracket. You know what I mean? The people in the smaller tax bracket. Are they watching this and role modeling and messing up their situations? You know what I mean? And that's what made me come up with this topic. You know, a lot of us role model higher tax bracket people, if I could say it like that, Al, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Even though we shouldn't be, we have that problem. We keep saying, yo, I'm not gonna buy Versace. Soon as that tax money hit, where you at? The Versace store. You know what I'm saying?
You know the simpler way to put it? Mm-hmm. If they need directions from somebody and he driving in a beat up car, would you follow behind him?
No. Cause I got some sense. You know what I'm saying?
Bandicoot right before you.
But I blame the era that we live in, because back in the days, no matter what, it was respect for each other. Now I'm saying there was a lot of divorces back there where people paid half their wife half. Of their thing to move on for their life. I'm saying with her like this, if you see social media, you can tell in between the line when a relationship goes wrong, because most of the time somebody's posting it out doing with the disrespect. A lot of people don't need to know. Just like her, we didn't need to know.
Yeah, we didn't, and I think
we knew,
but I think the piggyback of what you said, why things changed, because people took that word, like you said, respect, and just moved on. And later it became, oh, you were hiding things. You were in an abuse situation, so you didn't want to tell nobody. You didn't want to share because you were ashamed. And I think now it went from being, okay, you were abused and you needed help, to somewhere along the line then it being sympathetic. And now the other side is where you get praise now and you get finances for exposing certain things now. How do we go there, Al? How do we go there, Wiz, where now you get exposed, you know what I'm saying? Because like you said, he's looking like a puppy. Like maybe he's still emotionally connected. Maybe he really does want it to work out. Maybe he was, because there are some men that play the real macho role, but they've been raised by women, so they on the inside they soft as tissue. And they need that cuddling and coddling. You know what I'm saying? To a certain degree. And here's the funny thing, because we always talked about red flags, right? But did you know about the attachment types? Al, you know it was attachment types?
Absolutely.
I didn't know it was an attachment types.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. I watched a movie last night about this couple was getting a divorce, and the wife started asking for everything. So he was like, you know what? I don't care, give her whatever she wants, but you know what I want? I want my kidney back. He had given her a kidney.
Oh, hell.
Kidney, right?
I scratched my head on that, Al. Can you get that back?
Yeah.
He took the kidney back?
No, but the thing is, at the end of the day, he still loved her.
Yeah.
And he was hurt that she didn't want to be in a relationship, in a marriage anymore. You know? And he's saying to her, like, I gave you a part of me because I loved you. I wanted you to live. And now you have a second chance at life and you leave me? That makes no sense to me.
Yeah, that's crazy. You was just waiting till you got better, so you was never really emotionally connected. So
Right.
do you think that she's still emotionally connected with him? I'm asking you first, Wiz, and I'm asking y'all people in the live, you know what I'm saying? 914-719-6917. The phone lines are open if y'all want to call in. Put it in the chat. Do y'all think she is still emotionally connected with him? You know what I mean? Is there something still there? Because Best Choice Counseling is one of the places I looked up for some information. It says studies show couples with prolonged emotional distance have a higher risk of separation. This is not just a distance of he was in the living room. I think they got separate houses damn near. They in different countries, it feels like. So you're physically disconnected, and then the way she's talking about him leads to an emotional disconnectment. On my end, maybe I'm reading it wrong, so y'all tell me what y'all think. And then she looks in the camera and says, but we'll be together when I say we ready. What's going on? Is there still an emotional connection?
No.
Is that why you're struggling in your relationship? Because you're yet to admit that you have lost that emotional connection. And could you get it back, Al? Wiz, could y'all get it back? People, could you get it back?
Well, again, I think
ahead,
with
Al.
that, there's some emotional instability that there was some damage that was done that was never healed. And until they can get to that place and talk about that and heal from that, I think she's going to continue to go out here publicly and, how would I say, denigrate this man in public because, again, whatever he did or whatever they went through, they never got healing from it.
Oh, Wiz.
I'm gonna say this because I read his book and all that, and I listened to a lot of her stories.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I don't think it was love. I don't think it was. I don't think it was. You know the feeling of he wasn't my first choice.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I don't.
Shout out to Buffalo Don in the building. Go
I don't
ahead.
feel like it was a love situation. I don't think she fully loved her. I don't think how you used to have relationships. Well, that's my best friend. You know that. I don't feel none of that.
But why
Even
would
when
you?
they- no,
why
let
would
me
you
just tell
cross the
one thing.
line, Wiz?
When he bought the house, he chose the house. She didn't want to move in that house. That's not the house. He was doing stuff that he thought that she liked. She didn't want that.
So you saying that?
No.
So you saying, all right. So if she didn't like those things while they was happening, why continue the relationship? And that's bringing it down back
Damage.
to the even though you damaged, right? What made you stay? Are you falling in love with the potential and just hoping that potential that you see blossoms? If it doesn't blossoms, because Al always says what? You're expecting something.
I think it's basically the image. The marriage was the image.
What image? Their image looks crazy right
Everybody
now.
called them a power team.
They did the same thing with Papoose and Remy. How did that work out? How did that work out? And hold on, let's for transparency, right? At some point, you could be a power couple. That doesn't mean you're not gonna hit hills and resistance in your relationship and have problems.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't mean that y'all gonna be together forever. Things could happen. So
I never saw that. I was really taken aback when I saw Papoose because my whole thing is he sacrificed a lot for her.
allegedly.
I know he did.
Allegedly.
You're gonna say allegedly?
Allegedly. 'Cause
Allegedly.
We don't got no receipts. She's saying he didn't, and this is not to go back and forth about them because they got their own thing going on. But we just talking about relationships, period. You understand what I'm saying? When you get to a point of why did you hold on? That's what I want. That's why I keep bringing us back to this point. If you're not fully in, if you're not committed, can you really have something? Can you really have something? I've never been able to have something work out where I didn't fully commit to it. If I wanted to lose weight, I got to commit to it.
Well, the only commitment I can also say is Michelle Obama, because she said
that's a power
she
team.
didn't like him for a certain amount of years. And she didn't even like his decision of running. But she stayed there because she had to support her man.
We're going to see in the wild card why that's important, because I think your partner should not be competing with you. And I feel like this is what's happening in these relationships.
Gate.
So Go ahead, Al.
You hit the nail in the coffin, man.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
We can put it on the
Relationships
wall.
is not about a competition.
It's not. It's not. And I think that's where the struggle is happening because, instead of it being, you make 100,000, I make 100,000, it's supposed to be we have 200,000.
Right.
She's like, no, I got 100,000, he got 100,000. That's where the problem is happening.
So you feel that Jada is competing? Will?
Yeah, I thought her role in Gotham was amazing as a villain, and now I feel like this is another role because see, by her saying at the red table when Will started crying and everything else, people felt sympathy for him because first of all, it was a man opening up and exposing. We didn't even hardly hear no women talking about what happened at the red table. She became the bad person, right? With the last outing, it flipped the card. I saw he wasn't ready, so I played the victim, the adulterous victim. So hold on. You looked out for him once again. Not you spent your 100,000, so I had to come out of my pocket and cover what you needed. You made it seem like we both still had 200,000. So now the cards is flipping to where now the support and sympathy is going back on her end, and now it's looking like what Al said he was again. He's a sad puppy. But if you don't want to be with him, why are you doing it? Basic relationships. If you don't want to be with them, what is keeping you from walking away? Just like we talk about with red flags. So is it because you have an attachment problem?
Well, for them, I wouldn't say it's so much of an attachment problem.
Mm-hmm.
You have to look at the finances and the loss and value of the relationship if they split up.
Okay.
Because now you got to contend with, okay, what do you feel you're worth at this point? Okay, you've been with me all these years. Okay, we got $800 million. How do we split that? We got 9 houses. How do we split that? Okay, we got 2 children. Okay, who's going to be responsible for the other things that's going on with our family? Okay, so there's a bigger dynamic there. And then the taxes, whatever else, the businesses they own together. You know what I mean? So I understand them saying that, they're not together in that light. But in the same token, like I said, they are legally married. So everything that they own together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's no separation in that. And if one of them decide to walk, they got to consider the loss of all the stuff that, they already sacrificed for.
So hold on for finances. How often does that work out? Hold on, because what it may look like if we cross this line.
Usually, once the attorneys get involved, somebody going to take a hit.
Oh, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Somebody going to take a hit.
This is a heavyweight fight, like most relationships, right? This is not the pretty featherweight. What's the light?
Frazier Ali.
This is Frazier Ali.
Absolutely.
We both leaving with stakes on our eyes, but we're supposed to be chasing what? Happiness, right?
And I would get her for emotional support. I mean, damage.
Look at WIZZ already thinking about how to get her.
WIZZ emotional damage because who's being vocal about it?
Well, he already got a leg up, and that's because she's admitted to committing adultery.
That's why I think she's trying to change the narrative. But keep on what you're saying, Al.
So depending on whatever state they got married in, if adultery is a reason for a divorce without consent, then guess what? He could go file the papers, and she ain't got no wins.
And that's what I'm saying. So why if you got the leg up, what makes you hold on? Because you're really still in love. You know what I'm saying? Or you really still emotionally connected. You know what I mean? And maybe it's something that he really wants. And there's a lot of regular guys that do this as well, and they're not able to communicate it. And that's why I'm pointing these things out the way I'm pointing it out. But when do you? I can't say when. Why do we have to wait until something negative happens to realize we got to let go? As a man, this is how you wind up in a very bad situation.
That's why I think it's a promotion and marketing scheme they're doing. Because again, she got plenty of money and he got plenty of money. Her money probably ain't as large as his, but check it out. With them together, they're a powerhouse.
Yeah, but what good is a crazy powerhouse,
Yeah,
a
that
delusional powerhouse.
And the California law too.
You know what I'm saying? So and
the marriage thing.
and that's why I'm bringing it. So like I said, you know, I didn't know there was attachment styles, and attachment styles are kind of like red flags that I'm seeing now. So these are the 4 attachment styles that I've heard about, and I'm gonna bring them to y'all, and we're gonna decide which one y'all think that Jada might have. Okay, and like I said, ladies and gentlemen, the phone lines is open 914-714-6917. All right, this is Behind the Enemy Lines podcast. We talk about relations from the male's point of view, but we don't exclude the ladies. And I think the ladies know that she's wrong, so they've been being real quiet. You know what I'm saying, in the chat. Don't get quiet in the chat, ladies and gentlemen.
She did mess up.
Yeah, we got Chucky's Cut coming up. You know what I'm saying? 7 will be in the building, okay, with the song, was it Champagne?
Yes.
All right, let's make it. All right, make it out. And like I said, we got the wild card coming up in a minute, but attachment styles, okay? You got number 1, secure attachment. All right, you can look these up, all right, and you can get to learn them because you might be learning something about yourself. A secure attachment, comfortable with closeliness. All right, that's so many C's back together there, get tripped up. Closeliness and independence. Okay, that's a person that's secure. Like me, I'm secure, Al. If we at the graduation, and we divorce, and she go running her mouth and she gets snuffed, I'm walking. You know what I'm saying? I might just even put it on World Star. This is what happens when you leave a real protector, a real provider, a real educator. You should have think about that later, huh? Secure attachment. You know what I mean? I don't think she has that, but because I don't see the secureness, all right? And then you have an anxious attachment. Craves closeliness, but fears being abandoned. You know what I mean? That's like that dog that's always sticking to you. Like it love you, but you know, when you gotta go to work, they trying to run out the door with you. You know, that can happen, you know what I mean? If that's the type of relationship you having, you might know what's going on. You can dig a little deeper, like, you know, you're anxious. Anxious attachments, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Craves closeliness, but fears being abandoned. You know, that don't abandon me, don't ever leave me. They're always thinking that you might leave them. So that they're probably calling you over and over again to check where you at. Where you at? What you doing? Who you with? They might be anxious. They
Who
need
you
to
with?
see you. You know what I'm saying? Who you with? All right. And then you got avoidant. All right. Avoidant avoids emotional closeliness and values independence. See that word independent is always coming up a lot. Okay. You're avoidant. So you're independent. That makes you independent, avoidant. I don't get it, man. And then we got number 4, fearful avoidant. All right. Wants love, but is also afraid of it. You want love, but you're afraid of it. So y'all can decide which one y'all think it is.
What was number 4 again?
Fearful avoidance. Fearful avoidant. Wants love, but is also afraid of it. All right? Go ahead and look it up. They like red flags. Attachment styles. So I didn't know I had an attachment style. See, WIZZ, he got an attachment style with the Cowboys. It's an attachment style. Okay? And
right
which
now,
one?
I'm attached right here.
Attachment style. What attachment style do you think Jada has or Will has? What do you think Will has? Go ahead.
We picked 3.
We picked 3?
We picked 3.
We picked 3? So you going with avoidance. Avoidant? Okay. Mm-hmm. Avoids emotional closeness and avoids independence. So who you going with that for Jada or for Will?
Jada.
What you think Will got?
I think he has number 4.
I think he has number 4 too. Fearful, avoidant. Wants love, but is also afraid of it. I'm not sure about that one. I thought about that at first, but for Will, I think he has number 2. Anxious. He craves closeness and he's fearing of being abandoned. I think that's the only reason why he's sticking along. I mean, the money sounds good, but I think he feels if she leaves, divorce-wise, as Al said, divorce. Because in 2026, right, we are still watching this, right? If couples are getting married and they see what's going on with this, then why would I get married?
True that.
Why would I get married? Because they said through thick and thin, richer, poor, better, worse, right?
I told you, her heart was never there.
But if my heart was never there, why get married?
The Tupac thing. You forgot about the Tupac thing?
We all heard about the Tupac. We all heard about the Tupac thing.
My whole thing is, I'm gonna put it like this. I'm trying to think, who can I really put? I want to say Beyonce and Jay. I'm gonna say that you're not gonna hear nothing from Beyonce, anything, even with the whole elevator thing. She never spoke of what happened, what's wrong. You don't put stuff out like that.
But why don't you put stuff out like that?
Because it's out of respect and love.
Is it respect and love?
Jada doesn't have love.
Not only is it out of respect, love, morals, and values, but once you put something out there to the world, everything is transparent.
There you
and now
go.
Your whole
you
life
hit it
is
right
open
on the
to
head.
whatever.
There
and
you go.
Can't say nothing.
There you go.
Because you put it out there.
Now you mean to tell me that all the stuff Jada went through, even when she said, "Yo, I thought I was gonna be a big time drug dealer until somebody put 9 9s in my face." You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that ain't possible. Because coming up at a certain time and era and space, those things was available. Those things were acceptable. So I can see that. I'm not knocking that. I'm not saying that, right? But what I'm saying is, through all the stuff you've been through, you don't know nothing about PR, Al? She's not PR trained, Al?
Of course she is.
Come on, Wiz. You used to be out there on the tour bus. You knew certain things you just could not do, could not say because of who you was around and what was going on and what could be the ramifications of what you're saying.
She doesn't care. She's like our president. She don't care. She's reading off the prompter.
The president cares.
He's not reading off the prompter.
He cares. That's what people say. He cares. Next. He cares. He says he cares.
My whole thing is she doesn't care about. She don't care about his image.
So.
Or how he looks.
So who was at fault for holding on too long?
I blame Will.
Okay.
I think he should have walked.
But you can't do that either because you gotta understand with all relationships, it's a two-party thing. It's two people involved. And they both have to be agreeable to walking away. Because you can walk away from somebody and they'll stalk you for the next
Al, that
10
sound like
years.
abuse, Al.
Yeah, listen,
Al,
but it happened.
I don't think
that's when you get Al. That's when you get order of protection.
I don't think Jada loves him like that. I don't think Jada. I think it's more of like a business than that. And I'm sorry to say, it's more like a business deal.
But even business deals, that's why they contracts. You could break them.
Sometimes if it keeps on going or just keep it running like this, it benefits who it benefits more.
Listen, I think, and as it says, avoiding attachment style is a pattern studied in attachment theory. That's where we got this from, attachment theory, okay? Where a person values independence so strongly that they minimize emotional closeness and rely mostly on themselves, especially in relationships. Avoiding attachment is when someone wants connection but keeps emotional distance to protect themselves. She is protecting herself from something. And if I can't be a part to help you fix it, I gotta go. Will need to watch his own movie Hitch so he can understand.
No, Will been trapped. You remember Will's been doing that 50 city thing?
I don't care about the 150 cities. When I come home, if you not my girl.
So he's finding projects to keep himself busy.
Al, I feel like I'm being stalked here, Al. I need protection, Al.
Hold on,
I'm not reading that, Al.
Sheeta says, "Oh my God," she said, "Till death do us part. Even then, I'll be attached."
There's something wrong.
Stalking you in your death.
I need the police, Al. Let me get that. I don't care what y'all say. I'm be up there with the rest of them telling boys I'm snitching. I'm giving them up. You know what I mean? So, and these are her traits. She struggled with emotional vulnerability. Does she look like she's stoned in the face when she's talking? If you're looking at your partner and they stoned in the face, you might be dealing with this attachment type. Okay, and that's what I feel like she is. She's avoiding attachment. All right. Pulls away when things get too, intimate or serious. She only wants you around, and like you're fixing yourself. Everybody's talking that I need to find myself. I need independence. I need to be me. There's nothing wrong with getting closure within yourself, but you got to do that within yourself without tearing me down, without throwing me in front of the train, without putting me in front of the ring.
So let me ask you a question. So you feel that she loved him?
Yeah, how could you go along with a marriage without love? I mean, there's been some forced marriages in certain countries.
Hollywood, bro.
But it's different. But it's different levels of love.
Yeah, I
you can
do
love
agree
a
with that.
person and not be in love with them.
Exactly.
Then don't marry him. If you're not in love, don't marry him.
But wait a minute. Nowadays, we talking about current times. People are getting married for financial reasons.
Yeah. I would marry
People
for
get married
financial
for
reason.
cars.
I
People
would
get married for certain type of rings on their finger.
See, but I think those people were schooled to the game. You know what I'm saying? See, us young buck dummies, I was a young buck dummy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think about finances. I ain't think about none of that. It was how I felt about you, what I would do for you, how I still feel about you. That's why I was able to say I do it. I didn't think about, we need to be making $300,000 and live in New York. I wasn't thinking that. That's how I would have got me one of them crazy snow bunnies.
Check this out. There's some women who won't even date somebody if they're not making a certain
because
bag.
they know the game. They know the other part of the game. Let me say that. Because there's an in part of the game where love matters, relationship feelings matter, and how we live matter. And then there's that other game that's being played. We're like, hold on. We don't want to just own New York in Monopoly. They don't want to just own New York in Monopoly.
I'm just saying, like, you gotta. My whole thing, if you listen to a person, like I know, if your partner's like this, by the way she talks about you, supports you, I think she was just there to show face because he won the award. I'm like, this is just like, okay, it's just like somebody if your person passed away. Yeah, your ex gonna show up to your funeral.
Some exes ain't showing up to the funeral.
Saying, but no,
some exes ain't showing up.
But my whole thing, if you don't come, how it looks to them.
We
or
don't.
If she's
but
still
see,
married. She would have to still come.
But
So-
Wiz, you know, like I know, some events in that arena, they pay you for doing a walkthrough.
That's a fact. I agree.
You get $20,000 for the night if you just show up.
Now that's
So
true.
you said Jay got paid for the Oscar?
Yeah, because
Listen.
If I had an ex and I know I'm getting paid to come through, I'm gonna show up. Because once again, forget about what y'all say. I need this money. It's a paycheck. It's a job.
She apologized for herself. I mean, she apologized for what Will did for herself.
Bro, you can't apologize for somebody else.
I'm just saying, my whole thing is she apologized for what Will did to Chris Rock.
Listen, she can't apologize for that. Because at the end of the day,
let me ask the question.
Go ahead.
Why didn't she apologize for her reaction
Thank
to
you.
what he said?
No, because when she talked about it, she said the rolling of the eyes was because I thought about all the other people that was going through X, Y, Z, and it was like, okay, this is because she said something about that, and it wasn't supposed to quote unquote trigger Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? But if you knew somebody was going to say, if I go to certain comedy shows, like the guy that does the Jay-Z voice real good, and he got his own show. Yeah. If you go to certain comedy events, they're gonna talk about you, even if they don't know you. That's part of their comedy event. Why would you go up there, sit up there, and think that he's not gonna talk about you and you front row? And they say, well, it wasn't the type of reaction that everybody else think. I know what I saw when I saw the eyes roll.
And then she looked at Will like, what you gonna do?
What you gonna do? See, I fell for that one time, Al. Listen, I'm gonna tell you the story, right? I was on the street and somebody was getting their shoes fixed. This is back when people used to get their shoes fixed. They was getting their shoes fixed, right? And this guy walked by and he looked at my fine piece of wine. And I asked him what he was looking at. He said something else. Next thing you know, chairs and tables were turning over. You know what I'm saying? People come out, and those shoes on the feet, talk about what's going on. You too late, baby. Y'all done pounded them out already. Should I have done that? No. All right.
Yeah, but once you mature, you know how to handle those situations. Because we as men, we got to learn not to be so violent in the
There
situation.
you go.
And
I
use
agree.
wisdom. So
Yeah.
if I see somebody looking at my lady, you know what I'm going to say to them? She's beautiful, ain't she?
See, now, Wiz was supposed to tell that to Will Smith when he saw the look at him, but you ain't never sent him the message. Like, you know, he's supposed to look back and say, yeah, that's my lady. You
But
know?
Gay,
That didn't
every time Wiz look at my lady,
Uh-huh. Sanaa.
right? You know, I say to him, she's beautiful, ain't she? And he be like, yeah.
Man, that's a beautiful
yeah.
thing. That's a beautiful
I
thing.
told her her DM.
Stay in the DM. So yeah, you know, just recognize the attachment styles, and we're gonna have to start treating those like, I don't want to say red flags no more, but just items of awareness. I think that's what I'm gonna go with. Items of awareness so you can see what kind of situation you in. And men, we got to be open to okay, if I'm in a situation, go get the right help and support that you might need to get out of that situation. Because like I said, when I saw him go off, I couldn't tell if they was acting or not. And if they just acting,
I thought that was a prop.
if they just acting, they need to cut it out, because y'all got a lot of people that are role modeling what you guys are doing. You know what I'm saying? Be careful and what you're doing.
Lost.
But I don't think there is. Should you stay unhappy for the sake of finances? We only live this life once. I ain't had nobody come back yet and tell me, yo, you get to do it again.
There's plenty of people when the Hollywood life stayed because
I'm gonna give y'all a perfect example.
Mm-hmm.
A few years ago, Dr. Dre was about to be a billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
That got a divorce from his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did he do it for happiness? Did he do it for peace of mind? Did he do it for finances? Because remember, this guy, he was right behind Jay-Z with the billionaire mark.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you consider?
Peace of mind. And that's what I think he did it for, peace of mind. He left because at the end of the day, especially our demographics, man, high blood pressure, not eating right. No, I'm stress. You laughing, but I'm serious. Yes, if when you come home, home is supposed to be home. In any game that you ever played, when you got home, it was supposed to be what? A safe place.
Absolutely.
That is true.
When you come home and it's not comfortable and you're not happy.
I'm gonna just tell you, in that life and all that, it's hard in both sides. I understand what you're saying. You want to come home. You know my business. You know what I gotta do. Sometimes I'll be home. Sometimes I'm not. But we don't know what happened in that home.
I'm not saying. Well, that's why I keep saying, okay, there's different tax brackets. There's just certain things that we can't do. You know what I'm saying? When you're in your tax bracket, that's why I keep bringing that up, and that's why I say items of awareness. You gotta be aware that just because they got more money than me doesn't mean their quality of life is better than mine. It needs to be better than mine. There's some people that's living great with nothing. I see people going to certain gyms spending $100 a month, but yet somebody's in the backyard working with freaking concrete rocks and getting better results and getting better quality of life, getting better energy. You understand what I'm saying? We're chasing the wrong things. Yes, finances are important. But if you're happy with a tiny house, did you mad that you left the mansion?
And Gate, Wiz should understand that because he's continually chasing those Cowboys, right? And they ain't worth nothing, man.
Worth nothing.
Listen, I'm staying. You staying?
I'm
staying and committed.
Hey Al, look, his blue is getting closer and closer to Giant.
Right.
You keep on, boy. You going. You making me proud, man. You keep on. You keep on. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, this is Behind Enemy Lines podcast where we talking about relationships. we talk about relationships from the male's point of view, but we don't exclude the ladies. All right, we're gonna go into the wild card right now. We're gonna take us to church with the wild card. If y'all do have another topic y'all want to talk about, feel free to throw it in the comments. And like I said, go ahead and follow this young man and his page, The Desirable Truth on IG. Like I said, we don't steal, we create. But when you got something nice, I got to share it with my folk because they might not see it. Everybody ain't tapped into everybody when they following. Phone lines are open if you want to call in. Once again, the number is 914-714-6917. And you can speak to us directly. Did you know about the attachment styles? Who's wrong in the situation? Are you doing it in your situation? All right. You need to get your items of awareness together and just maybe it's all right. Get a trailer. Get a tiny house. Simple things. Try some of the simple things. You just might enjoy them. But right now, we're going to go to church, so get your Bibles ready. Ladies and gentlemen, the wild card is when anybody can drop in a topic to switch gears, and we got this dope video that might take us back to Genesis. Al, you let us know where this comes from, and let's see.
Genesis chapter 3.
It might be. I don't know, but it made me scratch my head, and it might help us figure out what's going on with Jada and Will. Let's go, Al.
Like dirt.
Did Adam or Eve bite the apple?
There was no apple. It said fruit of life. Eve ate the fruit and she provided it to her husband.
So the rule wasn't to not eat the fruit?
The rule was don't even touch the fruit. So being that close to the fruit, Eve already messed up.
Why do you think she ate it?
Because she was tempted of the devil. Women are always ambitious. They want to rise so high that they're higher than what they're supposed to be. Women are elevated. They are beautiful. They were goddesses. They are queens. You've had women in your life who you worshipped. Your mother, your sister, your girlfriend, your wife. At some point, they want to be elevated. They want to be higher than they are. They want to be the boss. That's fine. But you have to honor a man as a man.
Do you think that women wanting to grow and elevate themselves can actually lead to self-sabotaging something good?
100%. Let's say we're husband and wife. If I make 100,000 and you make 100,000, we just got 200,000. But now if I double that, I'm making 200,000 and you making 100,000, why does my mind get so reprobate that I've got twice as much money as you? No, we've got 300,000, right? But women don't think that way. The devil has their soul. They think, oh, I've got all this money. I don't even need him. I can go get this rich white man over here, and the rich white man is going to treat you like dirt and kick you to the curb because he is your slave master. And you left your God king from Africa to go be a house nigger, excuse my French, for a slave master. You had a king at home. He was willing to go to the mat for you. He was willing to be faithful to you. He was willing to give you children and take care of them, do anything for you. Even if he lost his job, he would go out and hustle, do anything he had to do for you. But you left him because he wasn't making what you wanted him to make. You elevated yourself. You thought you were God. Now you're a humanist. And you done left your man in the dust. And you wonder why you so miserable. And you wonder why your children is out in the streets doing all kind of dirt. And you wonder why they'd rather live with their daddy than you. Because all they know is a hard-working man busted his tail for you and you left him because you got so high and mighty. You were the CEO. That's fine. You be the CEO at work and then you come home and you submit yourself to your husband. Just like Jesus was the head of the church, the husband is the head of the woman. And when we go out in society, women don't seem to understand. Look, you ain't got to be my man. You're a man. I need to respect you. Now, if you disrespect me, look, I ain't got nothing for you. It's gonna get real ugly in here. But if you're being respectful to me, why am I cutting you down and treating you like dirt?
What's going on, Al? Give us some claps, Al. Give us some claps. Woo. Woo. Ladies.
Listen, I'm a man, oh man.
Oh, we got a caller online. Caller, what's going on, caller?
What up, caller?
Secrets girl in the building.
The agent's in effect. Let me tell you, she took the dough off. She just took the dough off. And let me just say this, man. There's a lot of women out there that's probably fixing their face, sucking their teeth, talking about she don't know me, but that's the one she's talking to. Because the thing about it is, y'all are so convinced with the lies y'all telling, being told, and y'all living in, that when somebody tells the truth, they hate it. They don't know me. No, they don't know you because they see you all the time, and your actions speak louder than any words you got to say out your mouth. You know what I'm saying? So, what we talk about today? I'm sorry.
That was powerful. That was powerful. Either way, I'm glad you was able to hear that. But now we was talking about half in, half out. Can you be in a relationship, you know what I'm saying, or quit a relationship, I should say, because you're kind of quitting, all right, but you don't break up? Like this Will and Jada thing that's going on. She with him, she not with him. I'm going to tell him when to move back in. You know, he can have this, but I can have that, but I ain't going to. What are we doing? What are we doing, agent?
All right, let me break this down. Check it out. It comes down to this. Who's relevant in that? Who's more relevant in a relationship?
I think that depends. You know what I'm saying? I guess Alan was saying Will got more money. I would have to check that, but she still look good.
Will got more money. Will is relevant.
Okay.
The only reason why Jada Pinkett is being spoken of because for the past few years she's been part of controversy. She's been part of a situation or a conspiracy, whatever, something negative. But at the end of the day, no one really talks about her because she doesn't matter right now. She doesn't matter. So for you to matter, you gotta stir the pot. You know, let some fireworks off somewhere. But think about it: when the smoke clears, life goes on. So you see, Will, he moves by himself. You know, they're not together. Listen, after she done slept with the dude and all the other stuff, and then publicly, my man Will Smith put his career before he put his wife before his career for her to come back and do this. But because she is married to Will Smith, she is somewhat relevant. This is what keeps her in the public eye, so to speak. This allows her to be seen by Hollywood. Mm-hmm. She ain't been in a movie since damn near Set It Off and Low Down Dirty Shame.
No, Girls Trip was her last movie.
But here's
and understand, she living in a different world because she broke as hell. Let me just say that. You ain't getting no child support. Listen, her kids got more notoriety than she do.
Yeah.
Okay. So without Will Smith, she is nothing but the help that sleeps in a big house.
I like that.
Ooh, that's a lot. That's from the agent.
She got in and out privileges. She can have steak, but I eat steak.
Well, let me ask you this.
She's the head house person at the house. That's all it is.
Because you said that, you know, notoriety, right? So that's I think about popularity when you say that, right? So do you think that she thinks like that? Do you think that she thinks that she's not being seen? Do you think that she still believes that she's not as big a force that he is when she steps out?
Listen, if she leaves him, she'll be working a job. The only reason why she gets what she gets is because of the celebrity that she is and connection through Will Smith. If she walked away, so I'm gonna do it on my own.
Independent.
She'll be a regular Joe. She ain't got nothing really going for herself. She ain't directing nothing. She ain't, writing no books. She ain't doing no podcasts. Who wants to listen to a train wreck happen over and over a time?
I don't know. That's making a lot of shows pop up.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Okay. Do you feel that she ever loved Will, or it was just I like him?
I'll be honest. I think Will was more into her than she was into him.
See, and we touched that on the last show when we talked about when like is gone, or you replace that word when somebody. I think that's the worst place to be in a relationship. When you're into someone and they're not into you, it is a bad place. That emotional connection and where it's gonna happen. So, agent, we appreciate you calling in, man. We're gonna open up the lines for someone else. Thank you for always supporting and keeping a good ear to the ground.
Let me just break this down. So understand. Remember, Will Smith was married, had a son. Remember that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then down the line, whatever happened in that marriage, I'm not sure if he met Jada and then divorced his wife, whatever. But after his first wife, him and Jada got together. Her career was solid, and it was going. It was doing really well. She was coming off a different world. Like I said, she was in Set It Off, Low Down Dirty Shame. She did Jason's Lyric. She did a few other things. Career was solid, and then it stalled. She was riding the wave with Will, so pretty much wherever he went, wherever he hit, she had the keys to wherever he went. The kids came along. Both the kids had their moment in the star, their moment in the light, and she could live off of that. But now the kids are grown; they got their own lives and careers, and she never bubbled back up. So ever since then, she's been in controversy and in issues. People would talk about Will is gay, all this other stuff. But my thing is, if it's that bad, here's the thing about if it was that bad, why are you still there?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
You know what
I'm trying to figure out.
You can say what you can say what you want. She was like, it's bad, but it ain't that bad. That's why I gotta leave. I can't. Oh my God, it's so terrible. But I'm gonna stay in the room. I'm gonna stay because because first of all, right now she is damaged goods. Ain't nobody messing with her. Nobody. She's damaged goods. So her best move is to stay with Will. You listen. If she was a piece of garbage, you couldn't even recycle her. She's at the end of the rope.
I can't confirm or deny anything. This is not the words of the gatekeeper, WIZZ, or behind enemy lines. This is why he's called the agent. He's some flagrant fouls he's throwing out.
You can sugarcoat.
I ain't sugarcoating. I'm just saying. I've seen less talent recycled many times. So somebody will be a buyer. Somebody will be a taker. Okay. So I'm not gonna argue that.
Okay, but my thing is this: the market closed a while ago.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Ain't no investment.
I'm just saying. All right, just keep 100.
How many people saw? Stop rolling.
How many people saw my homegirl from the Rough Riders ended up with the white guy? How many people saw that coming?
Somebody.
Yeah.
Nobody see that.
Nobody. That's what I'm saying.
But Eve.
That's just be careful. I'm just saying, be careful because someone else's trash is someone else's treasure. That's what they say.
But Eve was. But you can't compare Eve to Jada.
Nobody saw. I didn't. Stevie J. I don't know how he does it. He put on that guitar. I don't know how he does it. He had a lot of situations. I don't know how he got away with. Once again,
but understand. Eve was her own person. She was her own person.
No, I'm just making
before that, she built on her career.
All right. We're gonna hang up on you in a minute. Hold on, slow down, because you're gonna make us forget about the church situation. We was in church. You're taking us out of church. We gotta go back to church. Don't forget about the church video, ladies and gentlemen. So we agree with you, agent.
Let me just say this: God created everything, including the snakes and serpents, and they chose to do what they wanted to do.
Oh, they chose. Okay.
So I understand. He made everything, but we don't trust snakes now, do we?
Some people love snakes. They walk around with them on their necks.
Yeah, they do. But for the most part, snakes get a bad rep. We don't trust snakes.
We're gonna find out.
But and the thing about it, when you sleep with a boa constrictor, he's not sleeping in you because he's tired. He sized up to eat your ass. Amen on that.
Amen.
Church, I'm out.
Amen.
Peace.
I'm just saying. Hey, man. Jada, I'll take your crazy on. You're gonna have to come down to the tiny house though. You know what I'm saying? We got a tiny house. We ain't got a mansion no more. That's all. But Al, how you feel about what the young lady said, you know what I'm saying, about the Bible, the women, you know what I'm saying, how they want so much, they inspire, and that inspire makes them take over the hierarchy that destroys the relationship. Give it to me, Al. Come on, Al. Take us to church, baby.
So first thing that we need to address with that whole situation, what came out of that initially was the spirit of disobedience.
Number one.
Right? That's number one. Once that disobedience took place, then it created chaos and turmoil within that environment. Okay? Because she turned around after she ate the fruit. She turned around and gave it to Adam. And what Adam was supposed to do, he's supposed to have corrected her. And that's why he suffered as well. Because he didn't do what he was put in the environment to do. You know, us men, we supposed to cover our women, okay? And that's not only if we see them falling off, but if someone approaches them with something that's not good for them, we supposed to say, look, this is not good for you. If it's not good for you, it's not good for me. If it's not good for me, it's not good for our family, and we can't grow. But yet Eve, that's why they said she was beguiled, okay? He used a certain type of flirtatious spirit to get her to start thinking differently, right? And once she started thinking differently, that independence came into play, right? Now she feels like, oh, I can do whatever I want to because this serpent who beguiled me was being truthful with me per se, right? And what he said to her, this is what he said to her. Let me find it. We're in the book of Genesis, chapter 3.
I told you I was going to be in Genesis.
And I'm going to start at verse 4. And the serpent said unto the woman, speaking of Eve, you shall not surely die, because she was told that if she ate from the tree, that she would surely die. And he says, for God doth know that in the days you eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and you shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. Now, was he lying to her, or was he being truthful, or did he twist the truth?
I felt like it was twisted.
Okay.
I feel like it was twisted.
So because of that, when women have children, they have what's called what they call it?
Labor pains?
Labor pain, right? And it says that here.
Give him a nice kick in the stomach. I told you we was gonna go to church today. I told you. I told you. Church on a Saturday. You agree with that, Lady Wiz?
Yeah. So this is what the word tells us. If we go down to verse 14. And the Lord said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast in the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. Right there, if you read that, and if you read that with wisdom, that lets you know that initially that serpent walked on 2 legs. Right? And he says, I will put enmity, here's the part for the women to understand, between thee and the woman, and between the seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. And then it says, unto the woman, he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception in sorrow. Thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee.
Rule, see?
Right? And unto Adam he said, because you have hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, you listen to the wife, and has eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for thy sake, and in sorrow shalt thou eat of it all of thy days of thy life. Thorns also and thistles shall it bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herbs of the field, and in the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread. So in other words, before I used to give you everything, and now because you were disobedient and didn't correct your wife, now you have to go to the ground, till the ground, plant seed, right? Grow food, all right? In other words, go out there and work in order for you to provide for your family. Okay? So this is the results of all of that. Okay? And this lady is saying, now we have a commitment to man, because God said that we shall honor thy man because of our disobedience, and we are supposed to not be subservient, but be supportive to the man, so that when the man is not filling up the part, we need to stroke his ego a little bit.
We need
to lift his legs up and wash his feet for him if need be. We
Need
need
be.
to make him feel like you are worthy of this household. We need to make you feel like everything that you're doing for us, we respect it, and we stand up and honor you for that.
That's what she said, Wiz. How you feel about what she said, Wiz?
It's true.
Al, he ain't speaking into the mic.
I said it's true. I said it's true. What she said.
It's true. Which part? She said a lot.
You gotta understand.
He's whispering again, Al. Don't worry. You're not going to get on the couch. You didn't say
I'm
it.
not gonna be like this. We supposed to respect and listen.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And, was to the task, and he like Al said, he was supposed to let her know, no, it's not good for us. No matter what she feels that it was, but we have to just like, that's wrong. Like Will's not saying anything to Jada. That's not right. That's what you said. You know.
Somebody said that was True Talk. I didn't see who that was.
That was Lawrence K.
Lawrence K. Thank you. He said that's True Talk. Have you ever tried to correct your partner? How that usually go?
Well, I mean, listen, I tell her, sometimes, I let, it's just like, sometimes you got to test the oven. Sometimes, sometimes you just have to,
10 toes down in this war, right? You got to be 10 toes down. If they don't want to touch the oven, you push them to it. Push them on it. Make them feel the heat. You heard what she said. You wasn't even supposed to touch it. Forget about touching. You wasn't even supposed to be next to it.
Be around
and
it.
Then you brought me into it. And then I say something to you. And then you get mad at me. And then what I try to do, make it work out. You understand what I'm saying? You got to be the hierarchy. When they become the hierarchy, what happens? It falls apart. When you go back to this Will and Jada stuff, it's going right in correlation with what the lady's saying. And yes, ladies, that was a lady saying that. It wasn't us.
It wasn't us.
It was a lady saying that.
We don't
and
exclude the ladies.
She went to your favorite part. She went to your favorite book, your favorite story. She went to the Bible and found this out. Okay? Why when you get 300,000, it ain't our 300,000? Why you got 200,000 and I got 100,000? Huh? Could you be the CEO at work and come home and not be the CEO, Wiz? Can that work, Al? Could that work?
No.
It's supposed to work.
Let Wiz answer that.
He don't want to answer it. He's stuttering. He tripping. You might as well, Al, load up the Chucky's cooking. He ready to go. He's smoking. He don't want to hold a picture no more. He ready to go. Al, load it up. We got Chucky's Cut coming up because Wiz got to get out of here. It got a little hot. You know what I'm saying? But I agree with the lady. Okay. Be the CEO at work if you're the CEO. You know what I'm saying? But come home and don't forget that the man is supposed to be the household. I know you said that one time before too, Al, that the man is supposed to be the head of the household. Somewhere in the Bible is supposed to say that.
Cover his family.
You know what I'm saying?
Period.
Keywords, listen and respect. No. See, that's how you made me bite the fruit. You had me negotiating. Just listen to me. Go ahead, take a bite. Matter of fact, I was already infected when I touched it.
Was she being submissive when she tried to tell him?
Was you being submissive when you told me that? No, she wasn't. She was being deceitful. All right?
She was being disobedient.
Disobedient. And then they got the nerve to say, you need to read the Bible because you're always doing something. Okay? I got to till the land now. I got to be out here in this hot sweat working triples and doubles, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. Well, you remember the movie did open back up, right? I was dealing with this girl back in the early 90s. And the door was open to the back.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, oh, because she used to live in Brown Concord Village.
Mm-hmm.
She said, come on. Let's go in. I said, you sure we ain't going to get in trouble?
You sure?
I followed her.
Why? Because we don't want to make things rocky, okay? We want to keep things safe. You know what I'm saying? We want to be supportive. I think men have that in our nature. We want to see you continue to get degrees and move up in the world. But when you move up, that don't mean step on the person that was helping you get up there. That's what's happening in the Will and Jada situation. And that's what's happening in these smaller situations. All right. And we're missing all the red flags because we caught up on those brand new bodies.
Not
that
only
they come
that,
in.
the woman always wants you to feel like you support them by listening to them. I'm saying because it makes them feel comfortable, like, oh, he listens. Because a lot of times men are like, nah, I ain't. When you feel like that, sometimes you gotta like, yeah, okay. Because you never see it in my way. When I'm trying to tell you something, I told you we could have made that left. I'm saying.
And now we two rights in the right spot, and you still getting on me about the left that I missed.
I mean, majority of the times a woman is right because we listen to our moms.
Oh, here you go. You heard what the lady said, and you see when he's trying to go out the back door, Al? He's trying to go out the. It's not majority. It's not the majority of them is right.
Your mama would have told you don't go that fruit. Your mom would have told you. Don't
She started the problem. It started with our mothers.
Wiz, you got to remember what it says in the word. And I'm going to read it one more time.
One more time.
Okay. He says, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception in sorrow. Thou shalt bring forth children. That means that the pain that she's going to feel while she's having a child is going to be unbearable. And then he says, thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee.
Thou desire and shall rule over thee.
Okay.
Look, see, that's the problem. He ain't ready to hold him accountable, Al. Al, go to Chucky's Cut. Tell him what Chucky Cut is, man. Chucky's Cut is our artist independent segment. Who we got on today, man?
We got Champagne featuring Sinatra.
Man, y'all go to crowd.live to vote, and y'all can also vote in the live chat. And yeah, I said it. We the men, we taking over our households again, all right? I need my feet rubbed. I need my back rubbed. You know what I'm saying? All right, Chucky's Cut, all right? Make sure y'all go and vote. You move over, all right? Y'all need the code FGHH4, okay? Go to crowd.live and come back or vote right here in the chat. You know what I'm saying? We got the poll up. 1 for the keep, 2 for the kill. Let's do it, y'all.
Baxter? You spazzed on this motherfucker.
I'm just worried about breaking out. All them niggas, they plotting, they trying to take me out. Shit been too good, I decided to take the paper route. Took my family out the hood, they think I make it out. I'm just worried about breaking out. All them niggas hating, they blind, they try to take me out. Shit been too good, I decided to take the paper route. Took my family out the hood, they think that I can make it out. Think I made it out. I'm just worried about breaking out. All them niggas hating, they blind, they try to take me out. Shit been too good, I decided to take the paper route. Took my family out the hood, they think that I can make it out. Think I made it out.
King of the North, the Dayton Dragon, I'm my daddy's son. It ain't no question, I'm a legend when it's said and done. Flyer than who? Champagne a gimmick, you was saying what? A couple 100,000 later, they weren't saying nothing. The big jet, these niggas' opinions never matter. Just left a party with Hannah King, this ain't that local action. Remember, everybody doubted when I started rapping. I started snapping no matter what, I always made it happen. That I make it out, can clearly see you held me down, just look who ain't around. There wasn't no way I bought a jet and took a different route. Thank God I made it out, I'm gonna make it out. Can clearly see you held me down, just look who ain't around. There wasn't no way I bought a jet and took a different route. And clearly see who held me down, just look who ain't around. Thank God I made it out. Yeah. Me fascina, the big jet, Bel Air sipper, my story's told. Mean streets of Atlanta, I watch this shit unfold. What's the problem? Was it something I caused? Way too focused on people's feedback and proving them wrong. You think you want it until you got it, now you the one with the ball. 4 for inches, can't take a loss unless my heart is involved. When your family wants you to win, but they expect you to fall. Yeah, you got it, but start to give until there's nothing at all. I don't need it, but I want it, now I don't want nothing at all. When you give her from that perspective, maybe dude wasn't wrong. Maybe I was just being selfish and didn't want to be alone. I wonder if they ever sat and thought about what I go through at home. Man in the mirror back at the Wraith, I'm face to face with my flaws. J-Way Records wrote it in blood and then I wrote it in stone. Walk through the rain, endure the pain till I can't take it no more. To the gang, I got them forever, shouldn't have to say it no more.
About breaking out, all them niggas hating, they blind, they try to take me out. Shit been too good, I decided to take the paper route. Took my family out the hood, they think that I can make it out. Think I made it out. I'm just worried about breaking out. All them niggas hating, they blind, they try to take me out. Shit been too good, I decided to take the paper route. Took my family out the hood, they think that I can make it out. Think I made it out.
Yes. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That was WIZZ. Tell them who that was again.
That was Champagne 937.
Make sure y'all check them out, all right? They've been on the show before. Make sure y'all vote, ladies and gentlemen. It's not up to me. It's not up to WIZZ, right? And Chucky don't play. He's always ready to catch a body. So, you know, just because you come up here don't mean you're going to get automatically voted in. You know what I'm saying? And what y'all lining up for is the Better Green Entertainment Hour that's coming soon. We're going to do that for all the artists, you know what I'm saying, that do make the cut. You know what I'm saying? We're going to put y'all in and get y'all some radio spins, real radio spins on IAXISRADIO, and we're going to continue to build things. Behind the Enemy Lines, okay, ladies and gentlemen, podcast where we talk about relations for the males, point of view, but we don't exclude the ladies. Ladies, it's everybody's favorite podcast. Don't take my word for it, all right? You see what it is, all right? We bring y'all the real the content that you need, the talking that you need to be talked about. We bring y'all the artists. We bring y'all everything. There's not one thing we can't bring, okay? We bring home the plaques as well, as Wiz would say. We bring home the plaques as well. So we enjoyed y'all today. We enjoy y'all every time we up on here. Make sure y'all check us out. And we back May 2nd?
Yeah.
We back May 2nd. It'll be tourist season, all right? So we're going to have a lot of good things going on. We appreciate y'all all for all y'all comment. You know what I'm saying? Today's takeaway is simple. Build your relationship from within your household. Build your relationship from within your household, okay? When you put everything out to the public, you know what I mean, then you got to take everybody's opinion. And sometimes everybody's opinion is not your reality. You're living in your reality, all right? You have to fix you first, okay? Then worry about the team, all right? And if the team really isn't working, somebody has to get traded and go away. Some of us can be like Jordan and stay and get 6 championships, and some of us is going to be LeBron and go and get championships just with different teams. And it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. Because the goal is to find happiness. The goal is to leave a legacy that you're proud about. All right. So if you're not doing that, then you're in the wrong relationship. Shout out to Dave Vaughn, Megabytes in the building. Make sure y'all check him out.
Salute, my brother.
I seen him playing, I think, an agent in his last video. I see you, Dave Vaughn, looking as the agent. You know what I mean? Had a little vest on and all that. Keep doing your thing. Shout out to Donnie Ross as well. Doing big things. Continue to keep going hard. So that's the takeaway, okay? Inside first and then move on, okay? If you do have some of those attachment styles, learn what it is and find out if it's helping or hurting, just like a red flag, okay? Behind the Enemy Lines, you can find us everywhere. IAXISRADIO. Download the app, okay? I am the Gatekeeper, 718. You can find me everywhere. This is my partner in crime.
What's up? This is Wiz.
All right. Reach out to us. Until next time, we out of here.
You are now locked in. The future of radio and podcast.
Behind the Enemy Lines is a podcast when we talk about relationships from the male's point of view. But we don't exclude the ladies. All right. So come to the front of the congregation. We're going to start some trouble.
IAXISRADIO.